What's going on, y'all? All right, it is another day here in Colorado Springs. I'm back in the same area, searching for some adventure. And so the next thing we're gonna do is we are going to this Story Coffee, but check this out. So here in this Acacia Park, right? It's just this tiny little stand. Let's go check this out. Okay, y'all, so here we are with Carissa. Okay, and she owns this place. We're gonna talk to her and interview her. Okay, so I got a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
Okay, just give everyone a quick bio.
Okay, so my husband and I moved to Colorado Springs just over a year ago. We spent 4 years living in 100 square feet with our 2 kids, and about 18 months of that was traveling the US and visiting coffee shops. My husband was doing some writing for a trade magazine, and out of that, the idea for this shop, real minimal, real basic, low overhead, was all birthed.
This is so cool. Okay, so here's my question. So since you pursued your actual, just what you felt was the bare needs in life, and the way you've lived your life, what do you feel like is your greatest takeaway?
I think that if we make our decisions based on our values, it takes us to a place that makes us happy regardless of financial outcome. It's all about value-based living.
Okay, so value-based living. Okay. If you had an encouragement for people out there who are kind of stuck in that rut, what would it be?
I think it would be to take a day or two or whatever it is, do some soul searching, and instead of writing down what decisions you have to make, to write down what your values are, and then make how your lifestyle is lived match up with that. But start with your values.
Okay. Ooh, golly. All right. Next question. A lot of people would argue that they have like bills to pay or obligations, etc. How do they overcome realistic obstacles to jump into pursuing the life they actually want to live?
Well, some of that, there's a book that has, I think, some good information on that, if it's an office life or if you're working for large corporations or different things like that. There's a book called The 3-Hour Workweek. It's a great book. Not that all of it applies, but it's got some really good, realistic ideas. Like, for instance, if people work in like web development or anything like that, there's the option of working from a distance. Right, so you can start working from home, which then opens up the place of being able to move into other areas of life, be able to do your work in less time and move into that. But either way, a lot of it's just about small steps. If you feel like you value more time as a family, then write it into the schedule and make sure that happens.
So y'all close early, why?
So that we can be home with our kids for dinner.
What do you feel, you said you raised your kids kind of in some of this traveling lifestyle, right? Mm-hmm. How did it affect them? Because a lot of people would argue you should have had them in school, you should have had them mingling, etc. How do you feel your kids, what happened to them from you subjecting them to what you felt like was the correct lifestyle?
I think their life perspective is really cool to see. They grew up without a lot of tangible things, and so, but there's a poem that I found that my daughter wrote while we were traveling, and one of my favorite lines in it, it's called I Am. So she says, you know, I'm from a tiny house on wheels. and she kind of goes through the things she likes, the things she feels like she is. One of my favorites that she says in there is, I'm from 1,000 different climbing trees in 100 different cities that I remember each as if they were my own. And I always thought that was really cool. Like, she sees the world as her home. At the time, she was 10.
10?
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Thanks. God. I thought so.
Yeah, heck yeah. Okay, all right. So, if you had one last thing to say to everyone, what would it be?
I think the big thing is really looking at life not as something you have to really work for, and that you're some kind of slave to get a couple weeks off to try and de-stress from all that. But you can look around and figure out small changes you can make and really live your life, not so that you can do something cool occasionally, but in a way that lines up with your values so that you can view your life as something you're really happy to be living.
Okay. God, let me see. I want to ask you a million more questions. All right, y'all, so we're going to wrap this up. So once again, here we are. This place is called Story Coffee, Colorado Springs, up top. All right, we'll talk to y'all soon. All right, y'all, so we are just enjoying this coffee from Story Coffee, and let me tell you, it is phenomenal. The experience was just outstanding. I could literally sit for hours and hours listening to Carissa, the owner, talk. I think what her and her family are doing with their lives is absolutely beautiful. So if for any reason you come to Colorado Springs and you want both a great cup of coffee and your mind to evolve and be blown, come check this place out. So I will talk to y'all later.